first I want to talk about an incredible story that many here may not be familiar with. So let's talk about your background initially to get to this story. You grew up in California, and you had 8 siblings?
I do.
And what was that like? I'm an only child. What was it like when you have 8 siblings? Is that easy to do? Or?
If you're an only child, it's probably hard to reference a good point of view. But no, it was hectic. It was crazy. We shared everything. We had first and second lunch because we couldn't fit everybody at the first table. When I first brought my wife home for Thanksgiving, I said, okay, honey, let's just get ready, okay? Because this will be not normal. So that's great.
When you were growing up, you must have been a good student. You got into Harvard, and you chose not to go. Why was that?
It was an awkward moment. I'm the first to go to college. Came blue-collar family, and we were invited to an event that was a black tie optional event. I don't know what that means at that time, and my dad certainly didn't. And we had to walk across. First of all, we got stopped at the door because they said, you must be lost because of the way we were dressed. Now, you have to remember, I was in high school. My hair was down to here. I grew up in Huntington Beach, so I was a surfer kid, and my hair was red and long and ratty, and I thought I looked good. So walking across a room of this size with all eyes upon you, and then sitting at a table where everybody asking you questions like, who are you, what's your major, none of them things that I knew. So I knew that wasn't quite the right fit, and Southern Cal was just closer to home.
Have you ever thought,
and a great university.
Have you ever thought what you could have accomplished with your life had you gone to Harvard?
God knows I could be in that seat.
So you went to USC, University of Southern California, and obviously did well. You worked your way up, and ultimately you find yourself at CSX, a railroad company, and you were working your way up, and you were president and COO. Is that correct?
It was.
You're probably about ready to be made CEO, and at the same time, you're on the board of a company called United Airlines. So one day, there's a need to have a new CEO, and they ask you to be the CEO. Why did you want to leave Florida for Chicago, and why did you want to give up running a railroad, which is maybe not as complicated as running an airline? Why did you want to do that?
One of the more complicated questions in my life, right? And to add to that, by the way, my first daughter was getting married right around that time frame, and we had the wedding planned. My wife's entire sole interest over the course of that momentous decision was, you better get your father of the bride speech done. Okay. But no, it was a difficult. Listen, and there's some friends from CSX that are here today, and it was a wonderful place. Frankly, I just thought I had another turnaround in me, A, and B. When you meet the people of United, and what we needed at United was someone that could relate to the everyday folks that we work with, and I thought I could do that better than most.